But just 1 week ago, the Manly Warringah NBL1 East women won a championship, and now a Waratah Youth 1 women's team led by many players who were in that NBL1 side will look to bring another championship back to the nest. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Waratah Youth 1 Women powered by Wilson semi-final. It is the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles taking on the Penrith Panthers. My name is Lockie France, all the way from Sutherland, and alongside me is a man who had to travel a far shorter distance to the Central Coast, Chris Olbach. Chris, lovely to have you alongside me. This should be an absolute cracker of a game with two teams filled with D1 college commits.
Yeah, good afternoon, Lockie. Just down the road for me, but excited to be here for this game. Keen to see the Sea Eagles, some of their players obviously backing up from that outstanding NBL1 East success last weekend. With Nate Kerwin, the coach of that team, sitting on the bench for the Sea Eagles this afternoon. His experience will definitely help, but looking forward to see how the Panthers battle it out here coming off their win last week over the Illawarra Hawks.
So Zoe Jackson wins the tip. The starting lineup for the Sea Eagles is Chloe Dix, Sari Mowbray, Neve Smith, Georgia Banks, and Freya Bykirk, of course, as Zoe Jackson reels in that pass. And first shot of the game won't drop, and the Sea Eagles are out and running immediately. Neve Smith, and now Dix, the MVP. Mowbray. Not quite. Dix, the O board. Back to Banks as they reset. Banks knocks it down for the first 2 points of the afternoon.
And who can forget the way that the Manly Sea Eagles started that NBL1 East Grand Final last weekend, and it looks like the Youth League women are keen to replicate that start right here.
They certainly are, so let's go through the starting lineup for Penrith when we get an opportunity. As Chloe Dix fires a pass. Now to the opposite side for Mowbray. Now Bykirk. That's tipped. Smith now. And then Bykirk in there for the O board, but it didn't hit anything, so Dix will have to put one up. And then Mowbray, straight up Mowbray Road.
Great rebound from Sari Mowbray, like impressive on the glass, and the Sea Eagles are off and running here.
Malik Jenkins, Lithgow Bathurst Jr. Throws it out to Chanel Baston. Now Ellie Saab wants Malik Jenkins cutting, but it's cut off.
Great pressure from the Sea Eagles. Obviously the Sea Eagles really keen to keep it out of Zoe Jackson's hands early. The major threat for the Panthers.
Right. Dix getting into the paint, but Jackson right there. The former Centre of Excellence player. Now she'll take on Mowbray. And count it! And one opportunity coming for Zoe Jackson. And we'll take you through that.
Yeah, great play from Jackson. The block at one end, and then just took the ball to the basket, knowing that the Panthers needed an inside touch and a score early. She put the team on her back and went hard at work.
So the starting lineup for the Panthers, Jackson is in 14, Chanel Baston in 13, Malik Jenkins in 10, Ellie Saab is in 4, and Jolene Impresso is in 7.
Jackson misses the back end.
Now Dix guarded by Baston. As bodies hit the floor and Chloe Dix pays it no mind. Impresso, guarded by Mowbray. Now Jenkins. Baston into Jackson. Oh, they know where their bread is buttered, don't they, the Penrith Panthers?
Nice play from Baston. Good ball movement through Impresso. And that inside to Jackson, she doesn't miss those.
Bykirk. Take on Baston, but Baston does well, and be a foul in there, I think. We'll see what it's called on. Looks like it's on Jackson first.
Interesting to see the Sea Eagles just trying a three-quarter front. Jackson in there. Might have to look at some different options there, whether they send either a double team or look to fully front her at some stage. But she's definitely going to be a focal point for the Panthers.
Malik Jenkins hands it off to Jolene Impresso. Leaves it short. Neve Smith gets the rebound. Here comes Chloe Dix once again. Smith in the corner. And without running once again. Now, Baston can't find anyone in the corner, unfortunately.
Jackson not happy with that possession from the Panthers, just wanting the ball, wanting to get that inside touch, and it makes sense, but good pressure from the Sea Eagles.
We got Brady White into the game out of West Wyalong in jersey 14 for the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, and I would dare say, I think 9 of the players on court at the moment have played NBL 1 at some stage. That is impressive for two youth league teams.
That is very impressive.
Malik Jenkins with the block, but White reels it in. Now Bykirk will take off to the rack. Kicks it out to Dix, gets that Jackson jumping, and that is a floater from a long way out, Chloe Dix.
Pressure from the Sea Eagles on the floor. Off and running.
Now here comes Jackson once again, and there's a foul called.
Georgia Banks. And obviously, like the Sea Eagles, minor premiers, 20-2 for the season. The Panthers have got through to the finals weekend on the back of their 72-65 win over the Illawarra Hawks last weekend. They finished the regular season in 5th place, so 1v5 here. But I dare say that the Sea Eagles definitely won't be taking the Panthers lightly.
No, they definitely won't, because in their first matchup at Penrith, there was only a 10-point game. And that was a game where even Zoe Jackson only scored 12 points. So they had scoring from Chanel Baston, Chanel Baston's actually led the Panthers against the Sea Eagles in both games in scoring. So if they can actually get Zoe Jackson to have a big game, could go a long way to getting them the win today, the Penrith Panthers. Mowbray
Doesn't
go, and probably could have reeled in that rebound instead of tipping it away. And here comes Impresso. We go to the rack against Dix. Tough finish, Jolene Impresso. And the Panthers have a 7-6 lead early here. Bykirk turns around, back iron. Jackson easy as you like. Now Impresso. Bykirk right there. Now it's into Jackson once again. She'll take on White. No, fire it out. Baston shot. Won't drop.
Oh, good hustle.
Great work. And now Impresso. Jenkins and...
Great hustle from Kaylee Martin there, like on the offensive glass. Did well just to deflect it to a teammate.
As we're going to see Olivia Johnston, the team delegate from the NBL 1 East Grand Final, into the game, and I think that'll be I think for Georgia Banks, that'll be to match up on Zoe Jackson, definitely.
And Sophie Hunt also just checks into the game for the Panthers. Kaylee Martin takes a well-earned rest.
Yeah, Sophia Hunt, very impressed with her NBL 1, especially down in Sutherland on debut earlier this season. Had 10 points out of a team total of 55 in a win. As Johnston's going to be called for the foul there.
Interesting that the Sea Eagles looking to switch that on-ball screen at the start here. So, you know, the Panthers want to be trying to look and see if they can get that mismatch with Jackson rolling hard to the hoop.
Impresso. Foul off the ball. It's going to be on Freya Bykirk for the hold in there. Just her first, though.
Yeah, her first.
There's Bykirk now guarding Jackson. Dick's doing a good
7 seconds on the shot clock. Need to get to work. 3,
and
2.
here goes Malik Jenkins, and she'll go to the line, and I'll tell you what, the Panthers, they're up and about early here.
Yeah, they definitely are. They're doing a great job. Their intensity of the offensive end, really trying to attack the basket. The Seagulls already over the limit of fouls in this quarter, so that's their 15th foul for the quarter. We're only 5.5 minutes in, so...
And I dare say the Penrith Panthers won't be changing how they play, so we could see plenty more players going to the line. So there's 5 players with 1 foul apiece, though, so no real trouble at this stage. It's Mowbray. Has to do a bit of work there. And
good pressure.
now they've got to
get over halfway.
And I don't think they will.
Not going to. It's an 8-second violation.
This is a huge start from the Penrith Panthers.
And the coaching staff, I think the coaching staff questioning the fact they thought the shot clock might have started early there, but the referee's all over it.
Presso to inbound.
Ooh, that's a backcourt violation.
Didn't get a foot over in time. Just that little stutter step.
Now, I think they were throwing from the front court and they received it in the backcourt. That's the correct call from the officials. Mental error from the Panthers.
Yeah, Baston, I think, thought it was almost like a half-court ball.
Yeah, I think so. I think she thought it was like a foot on either side, and unfortunately, it turned over and the Seagulls make them pay.
Yeah, Olivia Johnston knocking one down. It is loud in here.
Yeah, plenty of noise.
Baston will take off to the basket, dumps it in, but Mowbray's there in front of Jackson.
A great rotation from Sorry Mowbray there to get in front of Jackson. That little bounce pass into that receiver spot. Seagulls come up with it.
Those little guards, when the ball's down low, they can be pesky.
Yeah, no, really good rotation there from the Seagulls. You'd expect that from a quality lineup.
Well, Manly Warringah, they love to talk about their under-12s getting coached by Paula Martin and Dave Greenberg, and they learn defense from day one. I'll tell you what, they certainly do.
Yeah, and their junior program's very impressive as well.
Iker kicks that out. Mowbray stood on the floor. Shot won't fall.
They're under 14. Manly Warringah Sea Eagles girls are actually off to the club championships this year. Their 16 girls were runners up at state championships, so yeah, they've got plenty of talent coming through.
It's Jackson. There will be a foul in there. 2 free throws coming as the foul is called on Olivia Johnston, and that's 2 in quick succession for Liv Johnston, unfortunately. The Hills Youth League, or Waratah Youth 1 women file in. They've got their game against North on this very court at 3 p.m. Bit of, well, they don't play for the Life Members Cup, but a little bit of Life Members Cup action in the semi-finals.
Obviously, North's looking to defend their title.
Yeah, looking for the three-peat, I think.
Yep.
Whereas Manly Warringah have lost the last 2 grand finals to that North team. It's Dix into the paint. Bridie White. Not this time, off target. And the West Wyalong Junior.
A nice play from the Seagulls there, like really forced the Panthers defense to collapse on their rollers and then kick out. Unfortunately, couldn't knock down the 3 ball.
Hunt trying to get it into Jackson, but he will eventually, as both Johnston and Bykirk went to the ball.
Again, that switch action, but really good help there from White from the weak side.
As Chloe Dix. You need a big game from her. Will the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, if they are to get over the Panthers here, and they have retaken the lead 10-9.
Yeah, whilst they've got plenty of talent, Manly, their barometer is Chloe Dix. She's an outstanding talent.
Yeah, they do have 2 All-Stars in Freya Bykirk and Chloe Dix, but the Columbia commit Chloe Dix, MVP of the league.
Yeah, and definitely well deserving of that title. She's had an outstanding season and made some valuable contributions to the NBL 1 East team as well. So full credit to her.
We got Alice O'Brien into the game in jersey number 5 for the Sea Eagles now. As Dix fires the pass out but draws the foul anyway on Kaylee Martin. Kaylee Martin, who was actually Youth 2 League MVP in 2023 playing for the Panthers. Of course, if that name sounds familiar, it's because it sounds like Caitlin Martin.
Yep.
Also a Penrith junior, Kaylee's sister. Sydney Flame, North Bear. Still eligible for Youth League, but I think has a bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's Dix. Takes on Martin, takes on everybody, heads to the charity stripe for 2 free throws.
Nice little crossover and got herself downhill, gets herself to the free throw line. Low scoring, tight affair, 10-9.
Yeah.
8 minutes in.
I mean, the last time these teams played, it was 99-57 Manly Warringah, but the time before that, 61-51. So Panthers definitely looking to keep it low scoring. I think they probably know that their offensive firepower can't quite hang with Manly Warringah, so defense is their best option.
Yeah, I think most teams in the league realise that, don't they, Lockie? You know, like if you're going to beat Manly, you got to like make it a real grind, because if you want to get into an up and down, run and gun show, you're going to come off second best.
Dix, O'Brien, little fake. Now Dix, deep three, buries it. You're feeling it now, Chloe Dix. Martin, now Impresso. Spin, Dix with good defense, and O'Brien saves it. Chance for Manly Warringah to open up the first meaningful advantage of this contest. So O'Brien puts it on the floor, a little wraparound pass to Johnston, wasn't really on.
Yeah, she just needed to attack the hoop herself there. She created the opportunity, and then, you know, it was almost like a preconceived motion that she was going to hit the roller, and she just needed to see what was in front of her and go and score it.
As we're going to have our first timeout of the game with the score at 13-9, the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles leading. And of course, Basketball New South Wales would like to extend a big thank you to our official partners: Wilson, New South Wales Office of Sport, iAthletic, Soul Sports, GTK, PCYC, and the New South Wales Government. And, well, it's 13-9, the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles lead, Chris, but I think the Panthers, they wouldn't be too disappointed with how things are turning out, considering, especially considering they actually had the lead for a brief time.
Yeah, no, I think they'd be quite happy with the way they started. They just have gone a little bit stagnant at the offensive end, and I think that, you know, they'll obviously be talking about that, probably drawing up something where they can maybe get Jackson back involved. And also, I think they'd be making whilst it would have been a conscious effort at the start to keep an eye on Chloe Dix, I think the last couple of possessions, she's really like put her team on her back and been able to get to the basket, then hit that 3 ball. So, you know, they want to make sure that they maintain their focus on her as well.
Team's just getting the wind up from the referees here. Of course.
Interesting that the Seagulls have maintained Olivia Johnson still in the game. She has picked up those 2 quick fouls, but she has done a really good job at the defensive end, matching up size-wise with Zoe Jackson.
Of course, the referees today: Jessica Burnt from Hills, Emmy Prickill from North, and Joey Henderson all the way from Goulburn. Oh, geez, I won't complain about travelling up from Cronulla then.
Goulburn's my old stomping ground, so you know that well.
Jenkins. There we go, Jackson right there. Can't reel in the rebound. Tries to throw it off Dix, but Dix wise to it. Now Bykirk. Dix, that is deep. And that is good. And she is fired up, and rightly so.
She's had the last 8.
As Jenkins, 2 free throws coming for the Lithgow junior.
Yeah, good settler there from the Panthers, got the ball on the rack.
Malik Jenkins originally out of Lithgow, played a lot of junior basketball for Bathurst though, and counts Tegan Burke, or Tegan Edwards now, and Rachel Murray as 2 of her junior coaches. And I guess if those 2 are coaching you, you're well on your way.
Yeah, I think if you've got either of those 2 coaching you, you're definitely well on your way. Some outstanding talent between those 2 girls.
Members of that much vaunted Bathurst old State League women's team from back in much earlier this decade, or last decade.
Good to see Tegan still running around this year, actually, in the NBL 1 East competition.
For the Penrith Panthers, no less.
She also spent plenty of years here with the Rebels as well.
Yes.
Was part of the Rebels' first ever under-12 girls state championship too, so a lot of history for Tegan.
Neve Smith, had to go. Mowbray rifling in, and that will it be the end of the quarter? We'll see. They will put a little bit of time back on the clock. Can't be much, but there will be some. The score at 16-9, the Sea Eagles lead. Remember, it was 8-6 to the Panthers, so a 10-1 run.
And as we mentioned, Chloe Dix has 8 of those, I think, 8 of that 10 in that run, so.
She has 10 points overall, so 10 for Dix, 2 apiece for Johnston, Mowbray and Banks. Well, Jackson leads the way with 6 for Penrith. Impresso with 2. Malik Jenkins with that single free throw. So we just have to wait a minute or so. Well, actually, a full minute for the clock to run down a bit. Of course, have to give much congratulations to Manly Warringah head coach James Asensi, who won Coach of the Year in this division. And of course, Zoe Jackson was in the All-Star 5, alongside the 2 Manly Warringah players we mentioned earlier, Freya Bykirk and Chloe Dix, and then Peggy Shell, who we'll see in the next game playing for North, and Happy Thompson from Illawarra. Also goes by Imogen, her actual name. Actually, first time I talked to Imogen, I was trying to get her attention at a game. It took me about 3 or 4 times calling out, Imogen, Imogen. Didn't respond. Finally, she hears me and says, just say Happy. I'll actually respond to that. And I was like, oh, okay. Apparently, it's been her nickname since birth, and she's more likely to recognise you talking to her if you call her Happy.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Let's see how good the trigger finger is here from the bench personnel.
Yeah, there can't be much time left. 1.5 seconds. Oh, no. 0.7.
I think we never get told how much was actually on the clock, and I dare say that little break for Sari Mowbray might have thrown her a bit as she misses the first free throw. Readjusts, makes the second. And that will be the end of the first quarter, and it is the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles leading 17-9. And I think you have to say it is on the back, as you mentioned, Chris, of Chloe Dix. 8 points, hitting 2 really deep threes, and just really setting this Manly Warringah outfit on their way.
Yeah, you can tell that she is really the barometer of this team. She, she controls at the point guard position. She gets the team well organised. She's very sound defensively too, does a great job there, keeping players in front, comes up with a lot of loose balls. But, around her, I think Olivia Johnson's come in. She's done a really good job. She's used her size. She picked up 2 quick fouls, but she's been able to stay out of foul trouble. And I think Manly, have done a really good job, considering they were in the bonus with 5.5 minutes or 5 minutes to go in that quarter. So they've been able to settle and been able to execute, as you say, on the back of Chloe Dix. The Panthers, I thought they had a really solid start to the game. They've done really well, but they just need to make sure that they come down, execute a little bit better at the offensive end, and they need to identify, Manly do shoot a lot of three balls, got to carry some hands and make sure they don't give many second and third shot opportunities.
100%, yes. Penrith are in the bonus for 4.5 minutes, and they've only shot 4 free throws for the entire quarter, so probably needed to, full credit to Manly for not fouling and sending them to the line, but Penrith probably need to take more advantage if they get in that situation again.
Yeah, I think Penrith just need to look at, what Manly are doing defensively. They are switching it on those on-ball screens, and there is some mismatches there. And they probably need to look at it, exposing that a little bit earlier. Manly do then make some really good adjustments, and they've got great help on their weak side. But some opportunities there for the Panthers for sure.
So let's get 1,000 new kids facing financial difficulties on courts around New South Wales. Donate to Dream Hoops 1000 today. Search Donate Dream Hoops 1000. And I think we can all agree that basketball deserves to be a sport that anyone and everyone can play regardless of financial constraint. And the more players we can get on court, the better. Hopefully we can get some more venues to put them all in as well in the coming years. I know Inner West are building their new facility there at Eastwood, which is great to see.
Yeah, that's exciting for sure. You're right, though. We do need some more facilities when you compare, the facilities that we have here in New South Wales. So when you go down to Melbourne and Victoria and see what they've got down there, they're 12 and 14 court facilities. It's it's really incredible.
Yeah, I remember walking into Dandenong for an WNBL semi-final one year, and I was, holy moly, you've got 14 courts plus the state volleyball high-performance centre in there.
Yeah, no, it's impressive.
Maybe Alice O'Brien to inbound. Player also coach at Southern Cross Challenge under 14s. Already well on her way in her coaching career is Alice O'Brien as Neith Smith reels that in, and you've got Sari Mowbray from the corner, buries it and one! Sari Mowbray!
Really good ball movement there from the Seagulls. It looks like Penrith have come out in the zone here in the start of the second quarter, so interesting tactics considering Manly do shoot the three ball really well. And if they keep shooting it like that, maybe they won't stay in it for too long.
As Neith Smith gets the O board, and this could go from 3 points to a 5-point play. Or even 6.
Great rebounding from the Seagulls.
Another opportunity. Mowbray. Another one, Sari Mowbray. So what could have been a 4-point play at most becomes 6. But now it's 23-9, and that early lead that Penrith had is now almost a distant memory already. They really need a basket here to stem the bleeding. Jackson. O'Brien guarding her, doing everything she can, and Jackson goes straight through her and draws the foul.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Panthers, that three ball from Mowbray, the back-to-back, the first one was out of an offensive set, but the second one was just from 3 offensive rebounds. So the Panthers, you're going to have to do a better job than that. You cannot give the Seagulls that much possession and hope to stay in this contest.
Especially when you've got Zoe Jackson in there. She towers over everyone that's on court at the moment, with Liv Johnston setting a spell on the bench. O'Brien. Smith has it knocked away. She tries to go baseline.
Chloe Dix checks back into the game. Mowbray takes a spell.
That's almost unfair.
It is.
That's 104 NBL 1 appearances between them. As time, Snell Baston reels it in. Panthers will go again. Sophia Hunt. Jenkins. Dumps it off, well, to Hunt in the end. It goes through Jackson's hands. Hunt can't get the finish. Her own rebound, straight to Dix. Bykirk. Turn around off the glass.
Nice composure there. Got the ball, realised she couldn't force it up and under, but just stepped around, turned around, banked it off the glass.
Jackson. And often wants to find a way deeper into the paint as they bring it around the perimeter now. Jackson. Oh, straight
Nice
into a
cut.
cutting Jenkins.
It's a good play from Jackson and Jenkins. Nice little give and go.
Bykirk. Little up fake. Don't think it really fooled anyone. Dix. Guarded by Baston. Screen by Bykirk. Out to Freya Bykirk. Now she'll take off to the basket. Cuts through two defenders and no foul, just loses the ball and they'll go the other way.
Yeah, and that's the right call there. I think it did come straight out of the hands of the Manly player. It was great help from Zoe Jackson stepping across there and straight up, and the ball just spilled out of bounds.
Yeah, sort of have to be semi-aware at all times at least of the potential for Zoe Jackson to come across in help. Well, it looks like you'll be splitting two defenders for a lane to the basket. Suddenly disappears. She's anywhere nearby as Impresso, not quite. And Smith reels it in, and then there's a foul called on Jolene Impresso. So O'Brien and Johnston in foul trial with two fouls. For Manly Warringah at this stage, no one else in any real foul trouble. And Mowbray. Got Hunt for company. Good screen by O'Brien, and now Smith takes off. And that was only ending one way. Blocked by Zoe Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson, good help again. Good action from the Seagulls though. Nice on-ball screen, good deep penetration.
O'Brien, now Dix. Tries to cross Baston, does well. It's knocked away. And Penrith doing a really good job on defense these last couple of possessions, but just aren't able to make anything happen at the other end to really cut into the deficit.
Yeah, they're scrambling well. They're definitely helping and forcing the Seagulls into some tough finishes.
Hunt thinks about giving it to Saab. Instead it's to Jackson. Take on Banks. Tough look, but won't go. Mowbray right there. Now Smith.
Good job from the undersized Banks there on Jackson. Made it difficult.
Dix. She's not going to shoot over Jackson, and the pass is tipped, I think, and Baston comes away with it. It'll go the other way. Impresso. Hunt. Tom O'Brien's there. Add Sophia Hunt. Well, there's arriving late, and there's arriving late. We're going to have a timeout called with the score reading 25-13. And Basketball New South Wales has teamed up with NBA 2K in an exciting new partnership. Stay tuned for more ways to connect your love of the game on and off the court. And I did see, I think it was at JPL finals that they were giving away copies of 2K to some players. I don't know if it was MVPs or prize winners of some description, but I definitely saw one or two players getting hooked up with 2K.
Damn, I missed out on that.
I did too. I want to play 2K. I want to play Waratah League on 2K. I want to play as Chelsea Hudson from the Hills Hornets on 2K, who may or may not be sitting next to me right now. But 25-13. So you mentioned just before on that previous play, Georgia Banks keeping Jackson basically away from the basket. I think that's probably got to be point one of Jackson, is she can't really go over you if she's 14, 15 foot from the basket. It's still a low percentage shot.
Yeah, I think, you know, I'd be trying to, like, if we can get a good look straight away inside to Jackson with Banks guarding you, I think we need to go at that straight away. I mean, a lot of the other stuff that the Panthers look to be trying to run, Manly be able to switch out of it and help out, but if you can isolate and go at Banks early, there might be a mismatch there straight away for Jackson. And I would be getting Jackson involved as much as I can early because she does seem to be getting a little bit frustrated at the moment that she's not seeing enough touches down there at the offensive end.
6:20 to play in this first half. Manly up by 12 as Mowbray gets it into O'Brien. Jackson worried her out of the shot. I think Chloe Dix realised too late she could have left that after Basson got a hand on it. Or maybe Dix didn't get a hand on it. It'll go the other way. It is the far side of the court for us, so defer to the referees on this occasion. Yeah, and on all occasions.
It's an interesting one because initially Chloe Dix didn't react. It was like that it came off her. So anyway, the Panthers have ended up with it, so maybe all things have evened out.
All right. Chanel Baston. Now Hunt.
There's that switch action.
Hunt might get her own miss. She'll have to fight Alice O'Brien for it. And it will be a tie-up, and it will keep going the same way as Freya Bykirk is going to check in for O'Brien.
I think the Panthers have got to really look at this. If they are going to switch it and you are going to end up with a guard guarding down on Jackson, I think you've got to look at her. You know, yeah, Manly's defense is swarming and they're really good at helping out, but I think you've got to try and expose them at some point.
Hunt, screen from Jackson. She'll try to set up deep in the paint. Impresso. Not this time. Jackson can get a hand on it. And Dix. And
great
Freya
pass.
Bykirk out and running. She'll save it. She got Mowbray. Neve Smith thinks about taking off and then does so. And drops it home. Nice work to get so organised so quickly after that long pass where Bykirk was just saving it.
Yeah, great touch around the basket as well.
Hunt. Now Impresso. Jackson's got the matchup she wants. Go to work, Zoe. Two defenders come, and she knows if I'm going up there, I'm getting a foul.
And again, I think that's, you know, if that's going to happen and Manly are going to like come and help from that weak side, then the Panthers got to get some weak side action there as well. And, you know, even Jackson can look at like on that skip pass, and then you got like a wide open three ball on the weak side. So, you know, definitely some opportunities from the Panthers. It's whether they're good enough to convert.
Oops. Zoe Jackson committed to Indiana, which is that's a pretty decent school to be committed to, Indiana, the Hoosiers.
Absolutely.
It's currently 11:43 p.m. there in Indiana, so the coaches there are having a late night watching their new commit. Thank you for joining us. Sophia Hunt, Impresso. Hunt looks to take on Banks. And off the glass and in.
Just beats the shot clock there, but good awareness from the Panthers. We need to pick up the ball early.
Smith does everything but drop. I mean, if we're shouting out college coaches, we've got Chloe Dix going to Columbia where it's almost 1 a.m. and it's almost 10 p.m. on the West Coast where Freya Bykirk is going to Pepperdine. Don't look at my T-shirt. All right, it's not the only one I brought today. It's Jenkins. Hunt taking on Banks. Impresso guarded by Mowbray. Hunt for three, buries it!
The Panthers just hanging tough, they're hanging around.
It's Dix, guarded by Kaylee Martin. Takes on all comers, takes on Jackson. Earns a free, earns a foul. See who it's called on. It will be on Kaylee Martin. her second.
No surprise there. As soon as the Seagulls need a score or want a settler, they go straight back to Chloe Dix.
That is a moving screen. Georgia Banks frustrated with herself.
Yeah, Banks not happy with that call, but definitely the referee got that right.
Byker, Jenkins on her. Banks a better screen this time. Byker loses the handle. The foul there, just so tempting in that situation as the defense. And that will be bonus as well with 2:54 to play in the first half. 29-21, the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles lead. As Olivia Johnston back into the game. And
she comes back in for Georgia Banks.
I mean, for the Penrith Panthers, trailing by 8, if they can go basket for these last 3 minutes, it won't be the worst thing. Get in at half-time, reconvene. 8 points isn't a horrible margin. It's just don't let it get out much further.
Yeah, if they could keep it in single figures for the rest of the half, I think their coaching staff will be very happy with that.
30-21 after the second free throw drops. Now Sophia Hunt. Impresso, Jackson's there.
There's that mismatch. Gonna go at that.
Then kicks it out to Kaylee Martin. Off target. Bykirk always looking to get off and running. And Jackson, the long arm of the law. Impresso.
Oh, good relocation.
And blocked. And Jenkins saves it. Now Hunt take on Johnston. She needs an option. It's Jolene Impresso over Bykirk. That would have been a very tough make if it had dropped. Johnston and puts it where only Bykirk can get it. And now for the final 2 minutes, Dix rides the bump and gets the drop. Just plays beyond her years as Chloe Dix, even at youth league level. Remember, she's certainly hasn't even done her post-grade year of school, let alone gone to college.
Nice move, Jackson.
That's what they need, Penrith. Dix. Oh, she's feeling it. She is really feeling it.
We said it earlier, you know, like as soon as the Sea Eagles need something, they just go, Chloe Dix just puts them on her back. You could see that possession coming down the floor. Jackson like saying, who's got ball, who's got ball? You cannot afford to leave Chloe Dix open. She will make you pay.
There's some players that just ratchet it up in the big games. You think like a Lachlan Hutchison from Sutherland. The young player sitting about 15 metres to our right, Zoe Miller. I mean, won a grand final MVP after having a tooth knocked out in the first quarter in 2022. Played a blinder in the second and third quarters of the NBL 1 East Grand Final last week. Some players, you need something in the big moments. They just know how to deliver. As now, Zoe Jackson gets it out of there. Impresso off target with the shot clock expiring in the background. Now Dix, Mowbray. Mowbray taking off as Jackson was almost forced to stay on Dix there. Jeff Mowbray an opening, but couldn't take advantage. Baston to Holly Baston. 12 and 13. Jackson looking to direct traffic, or she might just try to dance on Nee Smith or just barrel her way through Nee Smith, volley more to the point, but it'll go the other way.
Travelling violation called. Jackson not happy with that call.
Well, Zoe, you can practice the steps, but I think it was the bump that caught you on that occasion. 16 seconds to play in the first half, and as I say every time, you can't take them with you. You may as well draw something up as we go to what will probably be the final timeout of the half.
Yeah, and you would think, like, you know, the Seagulls coming out of this timeout, they'd be probably looking to go to the hot hand of Chloe Dix here. She's been outstanding in this first half, and, you know, it makes sense that we try and find something for her to be able to finish out this half for the Seagulls. The Panthers, they really need to lock in here, and whatever happens, they cannot be giving up like an offensive rebound here. They've got to clean up the glass and make sure that this lead, at worst, doesn't get out anymore.
Yeah, 15-point lead. It's a hallmark of Manly Warringah basketball in its current era, especially the NBL and East women's team, which everyone is talking about. But they play a style and they play with discipline that they don't have long enough lapses to allow you to bring back a 15-point margin. Yeah,
I mean, you can, like, even players like in this game, you know, like Freya Bykirk is like a college player in the making coming forward, but like even her ability to just get the ball and push the ball up the floor here, like, really puts the Seagulls on the front foot a lot of the time. And then you throw in like Mowbray, Dix, like they've just got so many weapons that they keep coming at you.
All right. 16 seconds to play. Bykirk to inbound. Mowbray's back there. No pressure up court from the Panthers. They're in their half-court defense. It's Mowbray. Just take it straight in. Dix. And Impresso thought she was being smart, jumping to the side. So Chloe Dix just put it on the floor straight in that direction.
Yeah, and again, no surprise they were looking for Dix to come up with that three ball out of that timeout. And, you know, she was able to make a quality read, get herself to the free throw line.
Johnston and Bykirk to check out. We're going to see Charlotte Hanson into the game for the first time alongside Bridie White.
Yeah, and again, a good decision for the Manly coaching staff there just to sub out Johnson. She's got 2 fouls, so making sure she doesn't pick up a third before half-time. You won't see her miss too many of those.
Misses 2 or 2, but there you go. That's that offensive rebound.
She's probably likely to knock down a 3 to finish out the half.
2 seconds to play. Mowbray instead for 3. It was in time. Oh, well, regardless, the shot didn't go, but Penrith do get away with one a little bit there. It is 35-23, the Manly Warringah lead, as the teams go to the locker rooms. We just check the halftime leading scorers. Chloe Dix, 17 points at halftime of a semi-final. Sari Mowbray with 9. Freya Bykirk with 3, but she's done plenty of everything else. Whereas for the Penrith Panthers, it is Zoe Jackson leading the way with 11, Sophia Hunt with 5, and Malik Jenkins with 3 points. Nearly up by 12. It's a dangerous lead, but nothing Penrith can't come back from.
Yeah, I think overall, I think Penrith will be quite happy that it's only a 12-point lead. But they'll need to address some things at halftime. I think, you know, whilst Jackson has 11 points, there was times there, or long times in that first half where she went without touching the ball, and I don't think they can afford to. They won't win this game if that continues in the second half. For the Seagulls, like, you know, they just keep going to Chloe Dix right now. She's put the team on her back when they needed to, but she's had a lot of help, you know, from players around her. Mowbray's been great. Bykirk's been great pushing the ball up the floor. I think Johnson's come in and done a great job at the defensive end. So, yeah, plenty to look forward to in the second half. Can the Panthers come out and make a run at the start of the third quarter, or will Manly just continue on their merry way and try and get to that grand final and hopefully get the monkey off their back?
Well, that's all we've got to look forward to in the second half. We've got about 8 minutes until the teams are back on court, so we'll see you after a quick break. Welcome back for this second half of this Waratah 1 Youth Women powered by Wilson semi-final. The Manly Warringah Sea Eagles leading the Penrith Panthers 35-23, as we mentioned at halftime. Chloe Dix, 17 points at the break. She's already hit three-pointers. She's looking very, very dangerous for a player. But she averages 18.6 points per game. I think she'll be looking at that in the rearview mirror very soon.
Yeah, well, if you thought that any of those Manly girls might have some sort of letdown after the NBL 1 East Grand Final, that was very quickly dismissed here this afternoon.
Certainly was, as they're up by 12, but Penrith by no means out of it at this stage. Mowbray takes on all comers, can't lay it home, and Zoe Jackson, as long as she is on the court for the Penrith Panthers, they are still a red-hot chance in this one. It's Baston, moves it off to Saab. And then Kaylee Martin will earn a trip to the line.
Nice take, nice ball movement from the Panthers. Got on the rim early. Free throw line, trying to get this gap, this lead down to 10.
Kaylee Martin just the 2 points at halftime, but has looked dangerous on certain occasions. He back irons the first, and I was mentioning Youth Women 2 from Mossvale. When they stopped hitting free throws, that was when Central Coast were really able to push their lead out. And hopefully for Penrith it isn't the same story, as Martin goes 0 of 2, but they do get the O board.
Yeah, you do need to take your chances.
As Baston can't reel that in. That's probably not the pass Saab should be making there. It's a low percentage play to a player who wasn't exactly wide open over there either. There's Bykirk. Back to Dix on the top. And straight into Georgia. Georgia Banks finishes, does the rest.
Great pass. Great finish from Georgia Banks.
As Jenkins steps through on Banks. She get her own miss, not quite, unfortunate.
A little bit of a bump there, but no foul call. And you think the Panthers need to stop here. They need to start eating away into this Seagulls lead.
It's now Bykirk. This hasn't knocked away. It's now for Mowbray. Takes off on Jenkins, pulls up. Dix splits the two defenders. That is a ridiculously tough finish for the smaller player against Zoe Jackson.
And again, great work from Mowbray there. She didn't panic. Good use of a pivot. Found Chloe Dix underneath. Martin
Into Jackson.
The double team comes.
And that's going to go the other way. It's just the deliberate motion, the extra motion there that really put it over the top and turned that into an offensive foul.
And that's just frustration there from Jackson. The double team came from the Seagulls. Tries to go to work. Seagulls inflict like an offensive foul.
Dix blows by Baston, gets all the way in, fires it out. Neve Smith will take off. Georgia Banks, she's got half the postcode open.
Great hustle from Mowbray. The Sea Eagles can sense blood in the water here. They're going after it. And if the Panthers don't stop the bleeding, this could be over very, very quickly.
Really could. And you saw their ball movement there. Georgia Banks. There was no one in the same suburb as her on that shot. And even though it didn't go down, it's still a little bit alarming for the Panthers. And Chloe Dix with the block on Martin. Martin grabs it. Now Baston over Banks. She knocks one down. Vital points for the Penrith Panthers.
Yeah, big three from Chanel Baston. They needed that, the Panthers.
Mowbray. It's a little bit stuck. Fires it out. By Kirk. Banks. Mowbray again from the right wing. Again, almost at a state of equilibrium here. 13 points the margin after it was 12 at halftime. Jackson from deep. Oh, showing her range on the deep two. You'd think a team of players that train with Kimberly Dickinson to know how to defend the deep two.
Yep. And just a frustration foul there from Chloe Dix, just swinging that elbow through, and the referee picking up an offensive foul. So the Panthers have closed this to 11.
Baston trying to go inside to Jackson. It's not there. Hunt wants a screen from Jackson this time. Jackson probably pulling the post up a bit more. Martin. Left hand finish is good. We're back to a 9-point margin. And that will remain Manly Warringah ball, but Chanel Baston there. Active hands on defense. We're going to see Olivia Johnston back into the game.
Great take there from Kaylee Martin as well. There was 1 second left on the shot clock. Got the ball to the basket. Was able to execute, which is a great finish. And all of a sudden we got this back to 9, just when we thought the Sea Eagles were going to start to run away with it.
Bykirk puts it up. Dropped away again, and
great hands from Hunt.
I dare say James Asensi won't be too far away from calling a timeout if this ball finds the bottom of the net. Seagull
out of bounds.
Johnston just.
It's a good call. She was out of bounds. She jumped in and took control of that ball. So good call from the referee.
There's Jolene Impresso check back in. Jolene, of course, played for the Philippines at the under-18 FIBA Asia Division B in 2024, and she has 37 NBL1 appearances under her belt already, as that is thrown away. And Zoe Jackson frustrated with the whole situation.
She needs to get back, Jackson, though. Needs to get back.
And foul on the floor. A little hold there. I think it was going on Jenkins, her third. Sometimes a little difficult for us to see the hand gestures of the officials there with the score bench on the other side. So we'll do our best. And that's going on Olivia Johnston. Her third.
That's going to be her third foul as well.
I didn't need hand gestures there because Joey Henderson's voice yelling out number 11 was loud enough to hear about over in court 1. And we're on court 4. Hunt wants it into Jackson. Impresso though. Take on O'Brien. Now it's into Jackson. Taking on Dick. Spins baseline. Well, that's COE training for you.
A nice finish from Jackson. Realised that she had the smaller Chloe Dix on her and played through the physicality, able to execute there really well.
Dix into the bottom of the rim. Zoe Jackson. Just needs to take a breath, take a few steps.
Yeah, it's her third personal foul, and she just needs to be careful of her reaction. She doesn't want to give away a technical foul here. That would be catastrophic for the Panthers.
Dix definitely hasn't had the same impact as she did in the second quarter, although, to be fair, anyone would be doing well to match that. But
yeah, she has missed the last 4 free throws as well. So
and now Impresso out and running, and Johnston does a good job to break it up.
I got to say, Lockie, both teams have been a little bit not that impressive from the foul line. They've left some points out there, so hopefully that doesn't come back to bite either team at the end of this one.
Martin back to Hunt. Shoots straight over Olivia Johnston. Won't go. Mowbray steals in. Jackson thought she had it. O'Brien, Neve Smith. That shot won't go. Hunt reels it in. Mowbray saying it was on the line. No point arguing the toss here. Jackson. Hunt.
Switch it. Now they need to go back inside right here.
They do. Jackson probably a little further out than she wants to be, but she'll work with it.
Double team comes. Great pass.
Jenkins leaves it a little short. Body's hit the floor. Possession arrow will favour the team from the Northern Beaches.
Chloe Dix just took another hit on her shoulder, and she has clutched at that a couple of times during this game. So maybe just a slight niggle in her right shoulder, but hopefully not too much of an issue. Just trying to loosen it up right now as well. So I did see a clutch of that early in the first half. So hopefully nothing too much to worry about for her or the Sea Eagles.
O'Brien to inbound. And Hunt with a little bit of pressure. In fact, more than a little bit. But O'Brien runs good interference and Dix gets it across half court. 2 free throws coming. Kept the pivot really well there.
Maybe that's not the worst thing for the Sea Eagles, given the fact that Chloe has missed her last 4 from the free throw line. Hopefully she can make a mockery here.
3 players now on 3 fouls for Penrith. Hunt, Jenkins and Impresso. Bykirk and Johnston for Manly Warringah. So those are names, all 5 of those names probably expected to play pretty big minutes.
Makes 1 of 2. Good rebound from Johnston.
Chance to make up for it here. The Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. Mowbray. O'Brien.
4 seconds. Need to get busy. Oh, they bailed him out with a foul. And unfortunately, that's going to send the Sea Eagles to the line, which is, 3 seconds left on the shot clock. It's almost a coach killer.
And who's that 4th foul on? It's going to be on Malik Jenkins. That's tough. That's a really tough situation, as you mentioned, Chris. 3 seconds on the shot clock and the bonus, and it's her 4th foul. It's 3 strikes there, pretty much.
James has seen you be pretty disappointed with the free throw shooting of the Sea Eagles here. Like, they're allowing the Panthers to stay in touch. Banks at home, but we'll take it.
Well, in the teams, I think shooting probably sub 40% for the quarter from the line. Free ball goes, deep 2 anyway from Kaylee Martin. Johnston. Dix with it again. She's got Alice O'Brien on the opposite wing. Instead, she'll fire away herself. Players crash in, and it's the Manly Warringah hand last.
Impresso checks back in.
Baston.
Switch it, looking to see if they can get back inside here. No. Switch back out.
Now Impresso hits the floor, no foul. Dix barking orders. Mowbray will maintain possession, but still well broken up. 14 on the shot clock.
Panthers done really well this quarter to get back into this game. The game looked like it was getting away from them, but they've really dug in.
Smith, little step through. Much needed basket. Manly still only 8 points for the quarter, and it's back to an 11-point game. So 9-8 for the quarter in Penrith's favour. Baston. Now Impresso. She'll be off to the line as it's Gemma Reardon in the corner for Penrith in jersey 11. She actually played the Youth League 2 semi-final that I called last year for St George.
Okay.
Against Hills.
Good to see her making the step up to the Div 1 program.
She was certainly usually a star for St George, but on that very day, you have to give credit to the Hills defence for doing their best to take her out of the game and force someone else to beat them. And Well, nobody beat Hills that Youth League season, that Youth League 2 season.
Again, free throws. Both teams leaving a lot of points on the floor.
Mowbray will just fire away. You cannot give Valerie Mowbray that shot. That's one she's allowed to have at that point in the shot clock in NBL 1. So in Youth League, you know it's going up if she's there. Jackson now with it on the perimeter. It's on the floor.
Double team coming.
As the shot clock expires, and did all she could, Zoe Jackson, but there wasn't a lot of opportunity forthcoming.
Well, I think the Seagulls are okay with that. They're like happy for Jackson to get on the perimeter. As soon as she starts put on the floor, double teams come. They can handle that pretty well. It's when she's on the low block that's causing them some issues.
As Dix in, banks it home. I think she might have actually got a knee to the back of the leg there, or the side of the leg there.
And this could be like a game-winning run here. They're back out to a 16-point lead. Need a high quality shot.
And that's a foul. Alice O'Brien on Gemma Reardon, and it was, her feet weren't exactly set either. It was really a shot she didn't have to close out quite that hard on.
Yeah, I agree. It was, it was
Not quite yet. And she almost gets it anyway, and instead it'll be a foul called on Jolene Impresso.
Yeah, it's a foul, and it sends Manly to the free throw line as well. Yeah, just when you thought that the Panthers were right there with a 5-point, 7-point game, all of a sudden it's back out to 15. Chance to take it to 17 here.
And I mean, that's what we said at halftime, or just before halftime, is you can't let Manly get out to a 15 or so point lead, because they don't lapse for long enough to let you back into it. And while they lapsed for a while, they at least kept Penrith scoring low, and now they're back scoring the ball again, and now we see the score back out.
Yeah, you really got to take your chances against this Manly team. They just, whatever chance they do give you, you've really got to take it. And if you don't, they can turn up the heat very quickly.
Hunt, trying to get baseline. And she finds Holly Baston, who'll need to kick it out. Chanel Baston, she got Hunt wide
6
open.
seconds, 5.
O'Brien does a great job chasing over, but eventually commits the foul, and 2 free throws coming. I think Sophia Hunt turned the corner on about 4 different players in that set. Couldn't quite ever find a pass to the basket.
It's the free throw line.
As O'Brien is going to check out. And Bykirk back in. Well, that's a handy sub to have. Who, remember, she's gone on 3 fouls for a while, and we hasn't seen a lot of playing time this quarter. O'Brien and Johnston now on 4 fouls, as well as Jenkins and Impresso. The rotations are either going to shrink, or we're going to see some new players very soon. We've got Bridie White back into the contest as Neve Smith takes off. Jackson the rebound. Let's see, as now Chanel Baston. Hunt. Bykirk comes away with it. needs some sort of option. They've got to get it across half court before they can think about doing anything else. And so they do. Georgia Banks gets open. Bridie White, no, she can shoot them. Instead gives it off, and now Bykirk. And that foul is going to go on jersey number 8, Kaylee Martin.
It's her third personal foul.
And I think a couple might have been arguing moving screen, but I don't think she was ever given a chance to set the screen because she was being shoved so much.
Yeah, agreed.
Bykirk comes back into the game and shows everybody else on court how to hit a free throw. 31 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. 50-34, 51-34, the Manly Warringah lead.
Yeah, they'll be looking for a stop here, the Seagulls.
Jackson with that. Sticks with it. Now out to Hunt. Try to dance on Georgia Banks. And gets an open look.
Plenty of time for the Seagulls, 10 seconds.
Bykirk. Left hand layup. Oh, Georgia Banks right there. Needs to go back up. Instead, Mowbray. And the folly of not having a game clock at one end of the stadium means that they can't get a shot up, but the quarter will end with the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles 1 foot in the grand final, leading 51-34.
Yeah, look, I think that quarter, the Panthers did make a bit of a run at the Sea Eagles, but the Sea Eagles again, they held firm, and I think they re-established themselves and gained that ascendancy back towards the end of that quarter. So, some good defensive stops and some execution, and then obviously some free throws definitely helped the Sea Eagles there. But with a 17-point lead, it's hard to see the Panthers coming back from here. They've only scored 34 points in 3 quarters, so to overcome that, they're going to really have to turn up the heat. But never say never. The Sea Eagles will come out here, and they'll be looking to try and ice this game early in the fourth quarter.
Well, don't talk to Nate Kerwin about 17-point comebacks, because Manly Warringah's one of their only 2 losses this NBL 1 East season came when they were up by 17 with 3 minutes to play against North, and they lost in overtime. So I was asking him when did he know the game was won, when they were up 25 against COE in the NBL 1 East Grand Final. And I dare say that was sticking in his mind, because for the rest of us thought it was over a lot earlier than that, but he certainly did not. But yeah, so we'll take a lot for Penrith to come back here. But of course, iAthletic are the official partner for Basketball New South Wales high performance programs and merchandising. Head to iathletic.com.au. There's so much Basketball New South Wales gear available. Get out there and rep your state, like so many of the players in this game have done at under 16, 18 and under 20s level. Zoe Jackson, Sari Mowbray, Olivia Johnston, Freya Bykirk, Chloe Dix, Cassidy Thompson, Bridie White have all represented either New South Wales Metro or New South Wales country level. We are truly blessed to have some of these players out here today. And just as good, the lineup for the second Youth League Women's 1 semi-final. Norths and Hills, if you don't mind, Ruby Perkins, Rebecca Donnelly, Olivia Hastings, and then you've got one of only 10 players to average a double-double in NBL 1 East this year, Ella Gale, on that Hills team. Plenty of talent out there.
It's certainly been a quality league, the Youth League Division 1 women's competition this year.
Even some of the players that have graduated early, basically, and only play NBL 1. This could be a league with players like Piper Anderson and Zoe Miller in it if they were still playing it. The future is bright as we are back underway for the fourth quarter. 10 minutes to decide it. And Jolene Impresso, if they're going to go down, Impresso's going to make sure they go down swinging, and she's off to the line 5 seconds into the quarter.
Yeah, and definitely one of the best ways to try and chip away the league, a lead is when the game clock is stopped, and you can score some points from the free throw line, so definitely not a bad start here for the Panthers. She gets the first. Impresso.
And the second rattles around and down it goes. And Mowbray, guarded by Baston. Chanel Baston, that is. It's Smith. Neve Smith. Left hand off the glass, successful.
Nice finish, nice take down the lane.
Now Impresso to Holly Baston. Hits the underside of the rim. Now Mowbray needs to set something up. Well, it doesn't have to because they've left her wide open on the left wing for three. That is points 1, 2, and 3 on the scout for Manly. Sorry, Mowbray left wing 3, or wing 3 in general.
Yep. Yeah, you just can't give her that much time. She's just going to make you pay.
Jackson. Baston, that's a tough look. Won't quite go. Bykirk.
And whilst we say that Dix was the barometer in the first half of the Seagulls, I really think Mowbray's been the star for him in the second half. She's been really good. Like, she's been on the glass, she's been hustling, she's had some good penetration, she's been able to knock down that three ball. She's been outstanding.
Really has, bringing all those years of NBL 1 experience with her. As Smith.
There she is again, this time on the break.
Up against Baston, can't get her own, get it to go, gets her own miss. Worth remembering too, Sari Mowbray was an all-star of this league in 2022. So he's been around the traps. Impresso gets her own miss, goes back up. Nice work, Jolene Impresso. That's now a 20-point game, 8 minutes to play here in Terrigal. Bykirk drives in.
Oh, a little party trick.
Jeez,
can't get it to go. Oh, technical foul.
Technical foul. Yeah, he's going to be on Frey Bykirk.
It is.
I'm going to guess that's for what she said close to a referee rather than how she said it or who she said it to.
Yeah, and I think, it looked like she might have just been frustrated with herself. I don't know whether she was.
There are certain words that when you say them, it doesn't matter how you intend them. The referee's really left with no choice, but that is going to be her fourth foul as well.
Mowbray just getting some clarification from the official as to why that technical foul was issued. She seems quite happy with the explanation, so it'll still be the Panthers' ball.
No point wasting energy arguing. The call's been made.
Yep.
Technical free throw up and in and back underway for Chanel Baston. Jackson.
Good steal from Jackson. Great pass.
Mowbray. Smith. Now White. Mowbray in and drops it home.
Another great take from Mowbray. Just puts the ball on the floor. Nice soft touch around the basket. Over defenders.
Baston, she knocks one down. Very nice, Chanel Baston. And Mowbray now to 19 points. Also Dix with 22, the two leading scorers. 41 between them with a score of 60. And before Baston hit that three, they were tied with Penrith's entire total. So outstanding work from the two NBL 1 regulars as Smith barrels her way through, earns a trip to the line for the and one.
And nice little cameo here in the second half too, Smith. She's had some nice takes to the basket, some good finishes.
And had to think about it, but it went down in the end. Presso picks up a dribble, needs to find a pass. Not really any really good options there as Dix might fire away from deep. Is that going to count as... Well, it is going to count as staying in. Penrith come away with it in the end anyway.
I think that's the right call from the officials because it's only the support that is actually the violation, and that didn't hit the support, it hit the top of the backboard. So correct call and play on for mine.
White here, she got Mowbray with her. Fair play to the Penrith defence there, making that difficult for the two of them. As a foul's going to be called on Mowbray. Just her second though, nothing to worry about with 5:52 to play. Manly Warringah to play the winner of North versus Hills. That game played at 3 p.m. on the New South Wales YouTube channel, as well as Zoe Jackson. Can't get that one to go. Dix kicks it out. Mowbray should put it on the floor. And Jackson recovers easily to swat it away.
Yeah, she almost would have been better off just getting her feet set under that at the three-point line and bombing it away.
This time she goes in. This time Banks finds Dix. Now Penrith come away with it through Hunt and Impresso. Jackson. And Impresso again, driving through the defense, earning a trip to the line.
And Prezzo's continuing to attack here in the fourth quarter. She's got herself to the free throw line a couple of times now, just trying to get downhill. Manly players obliged by fouling her and sending it to the free throw line.
Knocks down first.
Makes the second. 17-point game.
They only average 12 free throw makes a game to Penrith, so they're sitting at or about their average at this stage. As Jackson reels that in, looks for an option. Impresso driving in, really trying to put the team on her back. Now Smith. Got Hunt for company. Banks. Mowbray. Smith will take it in. Oh, that looked kind of herky-jerky from Neve Smith taking off there, but in the end, no basket. Jackson, two defenders on her. Impresso will go baseline. Dix just walls up. Knew exactly where she was going. Baston. On this occasion, there's Banks, half volleys Mowbray.
Thought about it.
You don't blame her until you see who's standing in front of her. Dix! Nice spin move, draws the foul on Baston. You're going to see Olivia Johnston back into the game for Georgia Banks. There's Baston's second foul.
Timeout coming here from the Seagulls. 3:58 remaining.
I think it's going to be the Panthers calling one. But regardless, it is 63-46. 4 minutes to play, or 3:58 to play. And, of course, we've seen the Wilson go through the hoop plenty today around the courts. And the official Wilson NBL1 East game ball is now available. Search wilson.com BNSW basketballs to purchase yours today. And of course, Wilson, major sponsor of this Waratah League finals. It's a massive day. We've got games on both courts and over at Niagara Park at the home of the Waves. They've actually also, they're going to host one of the Waratah women's semi-finals over there after the Waves qualified. So should be electric over there this evening at Niagara Park. But this is the game at hand. 17-point lead, so it really hasn't, it's moved up and down since the end of the third quarter, but it is back where we were six or 7 minutes ago. Yeah,
just under 4 minutes remaining. I think the Seagulls have got this game in hand. I think the Panthers all need to come out and really try and junk it up a little bit and try and create some quick turnovers if they're to eat into this lead. But Manly right now, they seem to, with Chloe Dix and Zari Mowbray, I think they should be able to take care of business from here.
Yeah, so something we didn't see a lot of in the previous game or this game was a lot of, I guess we saw it a little bit from Central Coast when they realised how much pressure they could put on Mossvale in the early stages, but not a lot of defensive changes. Team's just happy to sort of run with what they're doing.
Yeah, it has been a little bit like that. Maybe the teams are trying to keep something in the back pocket for tomorrow, but yeah, we haven't seen a lot of change up. Sorry, Mowbray forgot which way she was going there for a moment.
Well, as long as she doesn't do like that kid from Cameroon did against the Australian under-17 team a couple of months ago, we'll be right.
Yep.
Impresso rises up, leaves it short. Now Dix, Smith. Oh, overshoots Olivia Johnston. Olivia Johnston, named on the team sheet for NBL1 East Grand Final as a team delegate. You can't have 13 players on the team list, but they wanted to get her up there for presentation, so they put her down as a team delegate.
Fair enough.
I'll be mentioning that every time I call her games for the next decade and a half or however long she's in the league. There's Hunt. Oh, nice work. Sophia Hunt knocks it down.
You got to give it to the Panthers. They're still hanging tough, still trying to do what they can to eat into this lead.
There's White. Dishes it off to Johnston there.
8 seconds on the shot clock. Dix needs to get busy.
Here we go, Chloe Dix taking on Hunt. Really needs to try something that might be a travel. Yes, it is. We roll into the final 3 minutes of the contest. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got plenty more games. I've still got 2 more games to call, so it'll be lovely to bring you all the games this afternoon. Impresso gets it into Jackson.
Double team coming again. There it is.
Dix slaps it away. Smith. White. Shooters shoot. Not on this occasion. Call it a pass to Johnston. She tries to barrel her way through 2 defenders, but can't do so.
Also from the Panthers.
Really good double there.
And they won't mind that. Like to the free throw line now for 2 while the clock stops.
I mean, this is a team, it's the Panthers team. They lost by 42 last time they played the Sea Eagles, and that was with Baston, Jackson, Hunt, Jenkins, all in the lineup. They applied themselves very well. Oh, you love to see it. Danielle Campos into the game. She's played in plenty. Hasn't had a lot of time. She has also been part of the NBL1 roster for the Panthers this year. 4 appearances. Plays a bit of UBL for UNSW, I think originally, or at least at some point has also played for Camden Valley.
Okay.
That's reeled in by White. Johnston knocks it down, and we've also got Cassidy Thompson, the New Zealand under-17 representative, into the game for the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. As Impresso, oh, impressive by Impresso.
She's kept attacking all this second half. She's been prepared to get to the basket, got herself to the free throw line.
Now Thompson. Little short from Cassidy Thompson, gets her own miss. So another opportunity now, and that's blocked. Sticks with it. White. And blocked by Jackson. Basson spinning through, won't go. And jersey number 1, that's Hannah Scotter. Well, more international representation, a Dutch under-16 train-on squad player.
Some real international flavour here this afternoon.
That's right. And, well, if you find a good player who's got a second passport, you give them a ring.
Yeah.
So, going to have a timeout, or are we not? We're going to have subs.
No timeout.
We're going to see Charlotte Hanson. Charlotte Hanson is back into the game. She had a brief stint at the end of the first half, but
I think one of the other things too, Lockie, you spoke about, you know, a lot of the teams from the 2 games we've commentated so far about not playing a lot of, or not junking it up and playing a lot of trapping type defenses. I think a lot of those come from, like, you know, from free throws being made, and in both games a lot of teams have missed a lot of free throws, so missed that second free throws, really haven't given those teams a lot of opportunity to set up their defensive structures, so maybe that could be part of it as well.
100%, yeah. How many times do you hear when they put the mic in the timeout and the coach will say trap on mates, on made free throws. As Thompson, well, she'll be off to the line for free throws.
So 33 seconds remaining here. The Panthers trail by 15.
There we go. Got the New Zealand jersey out just for... well, we got Liv Hastings in the next game as well, so there we go.
Seagulls.
Oh, blocked. O'Brien. Blocked by Impresso. Oh, that is impressive work by Jolene Impresso. Sorry to use the pun again, but that was really nice. And can't get it to go. No, so down to no possession gained yet, and we'll have a tie-up with 9.8 on the clock.
And it's the Seagulls possession arrow, so they'll look to just hold the ball here and secure this victory and get themselves a spot in tomorrow's grand final.
Not if Danielle Campos has anything to say about it, though. They'll be trying to get the 8-second violation here, the Penrith Panthers, although Thompson does a good job, and she'll get in. Scotter buries it!
Nice way for the Seagulls to finish there.
It ends 73-54, the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles securing semi-final victory, and they are into their 4th consecutive grand final. Of course, there was no grand final in 2021, but since then they have been ever present. 73-54, the final score. Leading scorers for the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles: Chloe Dix with 24, Sari Mowbray with 19, Neve Smith with 9, Zoe Jackson with 18 leading the Panthers, Sophia Hunt with 11, and Jolene Impresso, who was excellent in that late stage of the game, with 10 points. But, well, Manly off to a grand final, and they had a bit of a lapse at the earlier stage of the third quarter, but for the most part, fairly cold and calculated as per usual.
Yeah, 100%. They'll be really focused now on that grand final performance. I mean, right now, the Manly Association, especially their women's program, on a super high after NBL 1 East grand final victory last week, and they'll be looking to do it with the Youth League program as well. So congratulations to their coaching staff. They'll be definitely keen to right the wrongs of the last couple of years over the North Bears. If the Bears are successful in getting through, of course they've got to get over the Hills Hornets first, but Manly are there, and they'll be waiting to see who they take on tomorrow.
Yes, well, it is 20 minutes or so until North do take on Hills in what would have been the 3 p.m. game, but we've run a little bit long here, although we started a little bit late as well. But I'll be on that 3 o'clock game. Do you have any more games today, Chris? Or are you done
No
for
more
the
today,
hour?
mate. I think we're back tomorrow.
We are certainly back tomorrow, so I will see you then. But until then, I've been Lockie France.
Chris Olbach.
And you have been amazing.